Welcome to my channel. If you're here, it's probably because you want to learn how to play Blackjack, one of the most iconic and exciting casino games out there. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the basics of the game, how a round of Blackjack works, strategies to improve your odds, common mistakes, and tips to avoid them. So grab a notepad, get comfortable, and let's get started. Blackjack, also known as 21, is a game of skill and chance, where your goal is to beat the dealer's hand by having a higher total without exceeding 21. Avoid going over 21 yourself. That's called busting, and it means an automatic loss. Hit the magical number of 21 with your first two cards. This is called a blackjack. It's a fast-paced game that combines basic math, strategy, and a little bit of luck, making it a favorite among beginners and experienced players alike. Let's dive into the structure of a game. 1. Card values. Understanding card values is crucial. Cards 2 through 10 are worth their face value. Face cards, Jack, Queen, and King, are worth 10. Aces are special. They can be worth 1 or 11, depending on which benefits your hand more. For example, if you're dealt an ace and a 6, you can count it as either 7 or 17. This flexibility gives you more options as you play. The table setup. When you sit at a blackjack table, here's what you'll see. Betting spots. Each player has their own spot to place their chips. The dealer's area. The dealer manages the game, shuffles the cards, and handles payouts. The shoe. This is where the cards are dealt from, typically holding multiple decks. 4 to 8 decks is common. Third, placing bets. The game starts with players placing their bets in the betting area. Make sure to check the table minimum and maximum bets before sitting down. Each table has their own minimum and maximum bet, limit 4. Dealing the cards. Once bets are placed, the dealer gives each player 2 cards face up. The dealer also takes 2 cards, one face up and one face down, called the whole card. This is where the decision-making begins. On your turn, you have several options. Hit, ask for another card if you want to increase your hand's total. Example, you have a 9 and a 7, total 16. You can hit and hope to get a 5 or lower to avoid busting. Stand. Keep your current hand and let the dealer take their turn. This is often the best choice when your total is 17 or higher. Double down. Double your original bet, receive 1 more card only, and then stand. Ideal when your total is 10 or 11 and the dealer shows a weak card, like 4, 5, or 6. Split. If your first 2 cards are the same value, e.g. 2 8s, you can split them into 2 separate hands. You'll need to double your bet, and each hand is played independently. Surrender. Optional rule, depending on the casino. Forfeit your hand and get back half your bet. This can be a good option if your hand looks terrible against a strong dealer card. Once all players have finished their turns, it's the dealer's time to act. Here's how the dealer's turn works. The dealer must hit until their total is 17 or higher. They must stand on 17 or more, even if it's a soft 17, ace plus 6. This fixed rule gives you an advantage since you can make strategic decisions, while the dealer has no flexibility. At the end of the round, if your hand is higher than the dealer's without exceeding 21, you win and get paid 1-to-1 on your bet. If you have blackjack, you win 3-to-2 unless the dealer also has blackjack, in which case it's a tie, called a push. If the dealer busts and you don't, you win automatically. If you bust, you lose, regardless of what the dealer has. Strategy 101. Let's talk about how to improve your chances. 1. Learn basic strategy. Blackjack has an optimal decision for every possible hand, depending on the dealer's visible card. Print out a blackjack strategy chart and keep it handy while you're learning. For example, always hit on 12 if the dealer shows a 7 or higher. Always double down on 11 unless the dealer has an ace. 2. Avoid common mistakes. Don't split 10s. A total of 20 is already a strong hand. This is the most common mistake seen among beginners. Don't take insurance. It's usually a losing bet over time. 3. Manage your bankroll. Set a limit for yourself before you start playing and stick to it. Never chase losses by increasing your bets after losing a hand. Once you've mastered the basics, consider these advanced techniques. Card counting. This involves tracking high and low cards to estimate the probability of favorable hands. Keep in mind, though, that casinos frown upon this, and it's harder with multiple decks. Maybe we can talk about this in next videos. Table selection. Look for tables with favorable rules, like dealers standing on soft 17 or fewer decks in play. Blackjack is a game of skill and chance. Even the best players lose sometimes. Play responsibly, and remember, the goal is to have fun, not to make money.